It's the D Factor Radio Show.
You can do it!
Love 860.
Yeah, turn your dreams right into reality and be a self-made with originality. Welcome everyone, you are now tuned in to the D Factor Radio Show. Let's begin. Unleash your ideas and pursue expert guest speakers that inspire you. Work or be to an entrepreneur, help you build a path to a great future. Dean Williams is coming on the air now, teaching you the entrepreneur lifestyle. Unleash your ideas and pursue. The D Factor Radio Show is coming live for you.
Founders, startup, capital, seed funding, entrepreneur, crowdfunding, investment, branding. Are you thinking of becoming a mogul in the business world? Think outside of the box and imagine impacting the future by unleashing your ideas. If dissatisfaction creates opportunity, let's ignite, spark, and unleash those ideas with Startup Sparks.
And we are back, and we are in our Startup Sparks segment. This is one of my favorite segments because we really get a good idea as to what's going on in the world, in the startup world, which is one of my favorite spaces. You know, I am a CEO, I am a founder, I am a co-founder. So to be able to talk to other co-founders and founders and different things like that is absolutely awesome. And today, you know, this month we've been talking about crowdfunding as a whole. And today we are talking about crowdfund investing. And the gentleman that I'm about to introduce, I don't even know if my introduction is going to be enough. He's spoken at the White House, TEDx, the World Bank's Global Forum on Innovation and Technology Entrepreneurship. He's the co-author of the Crowdfund Investing for Dummies book, which of course you know is published by Wiley. He's a contributor to TechCrunch and VentureBeat. He's appeared in Fast Company, Bloomberg Markets, and on CNN. Forbes.com ranked him as one of the 10 most influential people in crowdfunding. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing co-founder and principal of Crowdfund Capital Advisors, Mr. Jason Best. Hi, Jason.
Hey, Dee, how are you?
I'm amazing. How was that intro?
It's very, very kind of you. Very kind of you. How are you doing?
I am absolutely amazing. It's Tuesday. You know, it's like my favorite day of the week. So I am absolutely amazing. How's your week been?
It's been busy. It's been great. You know, every week brings new challenges, new opportunities, and we're just happy to be a part of this industry.
Awesome. Awesome. Love it. So last week we had a guest on who kind of gave us the meat and potatoes around crowdfunding and what it is. But crowdfund investing as a whole, I definitely would love to hear a little bit more from you about crowdfund investing, how it relates to expanding access to capital for entrepreneurs and small businesses. Can you talk a little bit about that?
You bet. So your audience already knows a lot about crowdfunding via Kickstarter and Indiegogo, the ability to pre-sell your product via a crowdfunding campaign. Crowdfund investing allows small business owners to be able to either sell shares, stock shares in their businesses to people via crowdfunding, or the ability to borrow money from their customers and community via crowdfunding. So it's either equity crowdfunding or debt crowdfunding.
Wow. So can you explain it a little bit more for a newbie like me? Can you break that down a little bit more and maybe with some examples of how that's worked in the past?
You bet. So crowdfund investing has only been legal, really available now since September of last year. We worked, so crowdfunding became legal as part of the Jobs Act that the president signed into law in April of 2012. So there's two versions of crowdfunding. The first version is to accredited investors or wealthy individuals who are now able to invest in private businesses, small companies. And later this year, that opportunity to make investments in small businesses and startups will become available to everybody. And that's really what we've been working really hard to make available so that everyone can have this opportunity to make these investments. Now, for your audience who are small business owners and entrepreneurs, the opportunity for them now is to be able to more easily raise money for their small business via the web.
Okay.
There are a number of different websites that they can utilize to raise money for their small businesses. We can talk about kind of raising money through equity. There are 3 websites that you can take a look at as examples. There are many out there. 3 examples would be one called Seed Invest,
Okay.
SEED Invest.com. There's another one that's called Offerboard, OFFER board.com. And the third one that's a great example is called Crowdfunder, crowdfunder.com.
Awesome.
Those are 3 sites that allow small business owners to raise money from wealthy individuals online. It's a chance to, enhance the ability of your small business to raise money. Now, if you have a business, you say, look, I don't want to sell shares in my business. I don't want to sell equity. I don't want to give up a part of my company. If you're a small business owner who's got cash flow, who has, the ability and say, look, I'd rather use debt. I'd rather borrow money to expand my business. I'd rather borrow money to give myself some working capital. There are websites that focus on providing that opportunity.
So this is like an alternative to Shark Tank, Jason?
Pardon me?
Is this like an alternative to Shark Tank?
Yeah, it's absolutely an alternative there. It's a chance for you to go out to your community and go out to your customers and raise money. And so that's the thing, is that there's no better customer than a customer that's also an investor.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones who have a vested interest, literally, in your success. And they're the ones who are going to be brand advocates for your business. And so it's an exciting time for small business owners because, as you know better than anybody, it's tough to raise money for a small business from banks or from traditional sources of capital. And that's why we went to Congress and why we wanted to make crowdfunding legal, is to give small business owners a chance to raise money from their customers and community to be able to grow their business.
I never thought I would see the day. I mean, I think this is definitely awesome. Let me ask you a question for someone who's interested or has the thought that maybe I want to use crowdfunding as a platform for me to raise money. How does the whole, non-compete, take into effect? I mean, if you're putting your business ideas out there on a platform, does that not open the opportunity for somebody else to take your idea?
Well, that's a great question, Dee. I think that I guess I would answer that question a couple different ways. I think certainly every company has a certain intellectual property that is unique to it that it has to protect. And so if your business idea has some new innovation that should be patented or protected in some way, you should, talk to a patent attorney, talk to someone who is qualified to discuss those matters and to help you think through that strategy. The reality of what we see day to day on crowdfunding platforms is there are many people who talk about starting a business. There are many people who think, wow, I could do that too. There are far fewer of those people, as you know, who actually get up every morning, work really hard, and make that happen.
Right.
And really, one of the biggest pieces of intellectual property that every small business owner has is the drive and ambition to actually make that business a success.
I love that.
Because no one's going to work as hard at making your ideas successful as you are. And so certainly there are certain aspects of your business you can keep secret, and there are ways that these crowdfunding platforms allow you to do that, allow you to protect certain parts of your intellectual property while still talking about the business opportunity to allow you to raise money.
What's the most outlandish kind of presentation that you've seen in the crowdfunding space where someone is actually trying to go out and get money? Is that an odd question? Because I know, like on Kickstarter, like you can upload a video. I've seen some things that people have done, and they've gone out and I've gone through. I mean, I haven't actually gone through the crowdfunding process, but I've known a couple of people who have, and they've all exceeded their goal except for one that I've met, and she kind of thought, oh, this isn't real because nobody contributed, to my idea. But mostly everyone that I've talked to that's used it, they've done something pretty exciting or innovative in their presentation. I didn't know if you've seen something or heard of an outlandish story or what have you.
Yeah, you're right. You have to be. You are selling, and you have to sell yourself. And I think, your previous guest had some really great points around, the ability to become a part of, add value to a community, to engage in your community, and to deliver that process. That's certainly something we talk a lot about. Is we're educating entrepreneurs on how to raise money through crowdfunding.
Okay.
And so, certainly we've seen some of the biggest successes in Kickstarter that you've seen, like the Pebble Watch for $10 million they've raised, and other kinds of large amounts. But more commonly, what we see are people who are raising between $10,000 and $100,000 for their products that they're trying to pre-sell. And the video is a critically important part of that process, to be able to let someone know, really to help them to emotionally connect with you as an entrepreneur, to demonstrate your passion for your idea, your passion for your product, to show what your product actually looks like and show it functioning, showing your prototype really working. To do the things you say it's going to do, and to just show how people can use it in their everyday lives. Those are really the amazing things. I mean, there's one campaign that I gave to on Kickstarter. It's called Kone, Kone. Mm-hmm. And this is a coffee making product that has said that they can make really incredible tasting coffee. And the passion that entrepreneur displayed, and the feeling that you got from watching how much he cared about the craft of making coffee, really, enticed me to buy one. And I have it now, and it actually makes great coffee.
Do you love it?
I do.
I love it. Okay, well, listen, can you stick around for a little bit longer, Jason?
Sure thing.
Okay, I want you to stick around. You're listening to the D Factor Radio Show. We have Jason Best on the line. I mean, absolutely amazing expert talking about crowdfund investing. He'll be right back. Call in if you have any questions, 404-355-8699 or 866-923-2860. You're listening to the D Factor Radio Show. We'll be right back.
Maya Angelou once said, "There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you." Comeback Stories Digest is an online magazine that allows you to share your journey from trials to triumph with people all over the world. You've always wanted to motivate and inspire. Well, now you can. Join now and be one of the 100 stories featured during the March 31st launch. Simply visit comebackstoriesdigest.com. That's comebackstoriesdigest.com.
No gas is in my tank, and I've got myself to thank. I had to make $10 last for 3 weeks and a day. All of my bills are due. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I gotta keep it moving till I get to my breakthrough. I see a
And we are back. You're listening to the D Factor Radio Show, and I am Dee Williams. Happy Tuesday, guys. I am so excited to be here. Listen, we've been talking to Jason Best about crowdfund investing, and I'm telling you, I have learned so much today. I actually, honestly, Jason, I know this sounds kind of crazy, but I'm thinking maybe I need to to take some of these ideas I have and look into crowdfund investing and see what I can do. What steps should someone take if they want to get started today?
So there's really a few steps you can take today. I think, first of all, I want to be clear that, as all of your listeners know from being small business owners and entrepreneurs, raising money is hard for your business.
Mm-hmm.
And so what this is, we never say this is an easy process. This is just a different way to do something that's difficult, which is raising money for your business.
I love
and
it.
the best way to get started is planning. I think that what happens is people sometimes think all I have to do is put my pitch on a website and a video, and all of a sudden people are going to just love my idea and they're going to just send me money. And unfortunately, that's not the case.
Right.
Typically, what you need to do is think very strategically about how much money you need to raise to start your business or to grow your business. And then think about, all right, if I need $100,000, how many connections do I have on LinkedIn? How many followers do I have on Twitter? How many friends do I have on Facebook? What does my social network look like? And how can I begin to expand it? And again, your previous guest talked about it. How do I add value in the different communities that I participate in my city, in my church, in my school, and whatever those communities are? How do I add value there so I become a trusted part of that community and that people will want to help me to succeed? Because a real big part of crowdfunding is the fact that people want to help other people to reach their goals and to succeed. And what you need to do is demonstrate you can be a good steward of that.
I love that.
So really planning your campaign, measuring your social network, and then building your social network before you start are really the three first steps.
So if we already have a social network, a good following, this would be definitely something, useful for a small business owner to get into.
Absolutely. I think as a small business owner myself, and your audience will know this, but many times people have talked about the need for a social network and how you connect it. And sometimes people ask me the question, well, what's the ROI of that?
Right.
What's return on investment? And I really believe crowdfunding is one of the big reasons for small business owners to really pay attention to social networking and to build a social network, is because it's a way you can connect to your community so that they can become investors in your business.
I love it. I love it. Well, Jason, I really appreciate you having you on I really appreciate you being on the show. I definitely want to have you back. I think there's so much more information that we can gain from you if you're open to coming back, maybe spending a little more time with us and us having some people on the show who are actually interested in going through the process that already have a good network. We can talk about it offline, but I hope you say yes.
I would love to, dear. It'd be my privilege.
You see how I put people on the spot? Listen, I love you, Jason. Thank you so much. Where can we find you? The
best place to come look for me is at successwithcrowdfunding.com.
Okay.
That's our site for entrepreneurs to provide a lot of great information about how to raise money through crowdfund investing. Again, that website is successwithcrowdfunding.com. And you can also follow me on Twitter at CrowdCap, CAP Advisor.
I love it. The incomparable Jason Best. Thank you so much for being on the D Factor Radio Show.
Thank you, Dee. Take care.
Have a great day. Listen, guys, you are listening to the D Factor Radio Show. I am Dee Williams. Give us a call here at 404-355-8699 or 866-923-2860.